call the meeting over at 7:06. All right, please join me for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so Jackie made changes to last month's meeting minutes. Did you have a chance to look at the updated one?
No, I did.
It pretty much just changed it to the way you wanted to show, just to show that it was tabled till next month.
Okay.
So with that said, I'm gonna make a motion to accept last month's meeting minutes. Can I get a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
No opposed? None? All right. Nobody here in the public. We move on to staff reports.
So I'm going to let Emily talk about Barktoberfest follow-up and then the upcoming events we have this weekend.
All right, so Barktoberfest was a pretty big hit. Matthew, Raj, thank you for coming out. I appreciate the help that you guys were able to provide. Just kind of rough estimate, I would say probably about 750 attendees, which is great. It was a beautiful day, like 75, sunny. People were generally very happy. Feedback was great. Couple tweaks that we already, want to make for next year just to make it even better. We're considering other parks to, branch out from Grange. Might be a good fit for the Barktoberfest event to look at a different park. So overall, I think great success with Barktoberfest this year. Trunk or treat, obviously tomorrow. I know a couple of you guys are coming and helping out. Should have a great turnout. I was telling Jackie and Matthew. We have almost 2,000 people interested in the event on Facebook, which is a pretty good telltale of how many we're going to expect for the event. So again, great turnout anticipated for that one. We have a bunch of food trucks, food vendors. We have McCall's beer brewing company coming. We have a movie in the park showing of Despicable Me 4. And we have about 35 vendors who are decorating either a trunk or a tent/table that are going to be handing out candy and various giveaways. So looking forward to that.
Awesome.
What time the event start? Like what time you want to be, like if I am volunteering, what time is it, a time slots or?
Yeah, so 5:30 is when the actual event starts. Would love to have volunteers there by 4:30. If you need to leave early, that's fine.
Did you get the email?
I did. I didn't read the email. I didn't know it.
Do you need help with setup or anything?
I'll take all the help we can get.
It gives
yeah.
I'd rather
so
do
4:30
setup
for
and stand
anybody
around.
helping out,
Hey,
and then
listen, I got stuff
where
for
to
you to
park
do,
at
so
as
come
well.
on. Yeah.
If you're coming here to help out.
All right, 4:30 to 5:30. Okay.
I mean,
Let
if
me see
you're
my,
if
my
you're
appointments and then.
no, if you're doing it that time, I mean, if you can't make it till later or you don't have any time, it's okay. Whatever you have to spare.
I'll try my best.
All good.
I'm off tomorrow, so if you need help earlier, I can come over.
Okay.
Just tell me what
I
time.
think I'll be there by 3.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hello. You in the newsletter?
Next up, let me see.
No.
Just the one other event we have upcoming this weekend is our rescheduled Upper McCountry Township National Night Out. That's a rescheduled event from early in August. Typically, it's the first Tuesday in August across the country. Due to some thunderstorms and safety concerns, it was rescheduled till this upcoming Sunday. There's about 94 vendors from our police department, a car show, food trucks, various vendors, interactivity for the entire family. It is a theme, the magical world of Upper McCountry Township. So you got your Mickey ears, Minnie ears, or Disney costumes. Feel free to come out with those as well and enjoy the day. So it's going to be about 75 to 80 degrees from 2 to 6 p.m. at Grange Park.
Awesome.
Whatever you'd like to do Disney-wise. And then just leading into what Matthew had mentioned, our fall winter newsletter has now been out. It is in households. We are getting the digital version up onto the website. extra copies are in the back of the room and will be distributed at our upcoming events as well.
Awesome. Public input survey.
So as we continue the progress on our park rec open space plan, the comprehensive plan, we had another steering committee last week. Our first public meeting is next Monday, the 21st at 7 p.m. here at the Upper Country Township building. There is also a link on the website under the project page for the Teams link to join virtually if you need to. So there is a link virtually for the public to join. Our consultants will be out at National Night Out as their second of 3 events that they are to participate in. And to date, that public input survey has had over 738 responses as of today.
Great. Awesome. All right, that's it with staff reports. Moving on to old business from last meeting, the video streaming. So just to be clear, this is just to allow the township to save our recorded meetings on the YouTube channel. Currently, our recorded meetings are deleted and then replaced with current month's meetings. So the only video that remains is the last meeting. The purpose of this is to increase the transparency between the residents and the townships. And by allowing this, we'll be joining the other boards, and it will allow for residents to also go back and view previous meetings that we've had. So with that said, once I appreciate you guys waiting for me before making the decision. I understand there was some confusion with it. But with that said, I'll make a motion to allow the Upper McCounty Township's recreational board meetings to be saved in the township's YouTube channel. Can I have a second?
I just have one question.
That comes after.
That comes after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Now it's open for questions.
All right. Is there any reason not to?
No, it should have been done before because it really
Right,
it
yeah.
really didn't make any sense. I thought it was odd too. I just thought maybe that was just the only way they were
I
doing
didn't
it.
know it wasn't,
Yeah.
perpetual. So, is there an added cost for?
No, they were
You know.
just replacing it.
Okay.
I didn't understand it either.
All right.
So I'm happy for it. Yeah. Any other questions about it? Is it? Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I have a question, kind of, like about the extra cost or whatever. How can there not be one when it's like being added to a cloud or it's being backed up, and if it's gonna be more meetings that keep backing up and backing up and backing up and backing up? How can it can't not cost anything?
Great question. I do not have the answer to that though.
That is head scratching, is it not?
It is. It is. But okay. The motion passes. New business. At Barktoberfest, a resident came up to me and asked about installing windbreaks at the pickleball courts at Grange, which I know there's an issue with doing stuff like that.
So we can take a look. My understanding is the last time with some of the windbreaks that are there and the gauge of the fencing we currently have, it can start to pull at the fence post and break away from some of the concrete we have. So it's definitely something we can take a look at. Other options, maybe more natural options such as more trees like we have on certain areas of the pickleball court. But when you put it on, you attach things to that fence, it can get a little heavy and a little challenging, but definitely we recognize the concern for our pickleball users.
And so this is similar to like tennis courts where they have the same issue.
Yep.
So everybody understands what we're talking about? Is once you start putting the weaves through the fence,
You can make
comes the
holes.
sail, and then just starts pushing
You
it.
can make holes.
But then you let all the wind through.
No, but that's the purpose of that. Any windbreaker, if you use, they have to have holes in it. Otherwise, they're gonna pull the fence.
I mean, probably natural shrubbery is probably the best way to do it.
That's how you put the windbreakers. Like you gotta make like natural holes in it so that it's passed through a little bit.
Grange does have a lot of wind, and I think Scott and the team have looked at it already. And it is something that with the fencing that's currently there, we would have to look at a bigger scale project. But we have a lot of the green trees that are around 2 of the sides right now. I can tell you I was over there checking out nets yesterday for a concern that was brought up, the size of the nets. And it is windy, but we can come up with the whole park is. So we will take a look at some other solutions that we can do in the meantime. Also, keep in mind that Grange Park is one of the sites that we consistently apply for grants for tree plantings, and we continue to add natural landscape to that park to be a natural windbreak as well.
So the upcoming community center, lifestyle center would actually act as a windbreak then, at least for one side?
It's a very large building on the side of it. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Next is bathrooms in the wintertime. So with winter doing what it wants to do, meaning we can have days in the 20 degrees or days in the 60 degrees. More residents are using the park during the wintertime now. However, our bathrooms are winterized, obviously, because we have to worry about frozen pipes. But that means residents who go to the park in December on a 65-degree day can't use the bathroom. So I guess what options do we have?
What is it?
So currently with a lot of our bathrooms that do have to be winterized, you do have to make a decision when you start getting into those lower temperatures. The process of winterizing isn't one where, this week it's 35. Okay, we'll winterize. Next week's it's 70. Let's under winterize them. That becomes a challenge. So with the older bathrooms that do have to be winterized, we can take a look at, number one, while not 100% ideal, porta potties at various heavily used locations right now, or future planning project purposes. You look at bathrooms that could be year-round facilities that do come with an added cost because you're playing for those elements to keep it open year-round. I think I said this last meeting is that the Park Rec open space plan that we're currently in is a perfect opportunity for residents and visitors to tell us what amenities and priorities we should put over the next 10 years, which will help us draft how we're deciding projects or deciding budgets based on those priorities. So I would encourage anyone who is looking to have a more permanent bathroom facility in the township at our parks to list and note that. There are a couple of facilities. The one I know of that does have a year-round facility at the moment is Route 100 Park. So we have one that I'm aware of that is year-round and operable. And also, like I said, if we have the opportunity to add porta potties or put them in places that we're going to see some of that high winter traffic, we can do so.
I think. Go ahead.
Are there many parks that you
Whoa,
know of that
whoa.
that have bathrooms that are open in the winter?
There are a couple. I can tell you where I came from before. There were approximately two, one of which was a composting toilet system. So it didn't have heating or anything like that because plumbing with it. Other ones that are year round and heated are higher cost as a facility.
I have a
And I
question.
could say also where I came from, we set standard dates that we informed the public if it was a rental or a pavilion, a ball field rental, or just warning park users that are walking around from this date to this date, anticipate the bathrooms to be closed. Now, if it was slightly warmer, it gave you a standardization that everyone had an expectation.
I have a question. Good to know that Route 100 Park has a bathroom all year round. So that's a good thing. The second park comes in my mind is the Grange Park, which is our main park, where to be most utilized park, not the main park, but most utilized park is the Grange Park. There's a bathroom in there. I don't know my question is that bathroom belong to us or SPYA? It's by the building.
By the splash pad?
By the
By
SPYA
by the barn, the barn,
warehouse.
or barn or
Yeah,
building.
I know what you're talking about.
Pavilion 5 or 4.
Pavilion.
Next to
So
that,
the SPYA
there is a SPYA building or a barn or a storage place, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Next to that, there's a bathroom.
I'm
And that
almost
bathroom-
It's
positive
like for
that's
indoor
SPYA.
pickleball.
You got it right. So
Yeah.
because I use that every year, so I know that.
Mhm.
I think that's
So
a part
can
of
we
the
open
SPYA
that
thing.
for the public from the outside? So I don't know that's what my question is. Is
I
that
think that-
bathroom belong to us or SPYA? That's the question.
I will double check that and get back just because I know we had a conversation about bathrooms at Grange Park. Some of them are not year-round one. So I just have to clarify which location that we were talking about.
That bathroom is a year-round one because I use them. I play pickleball in the wintertime there in that building, and then next to that building, it has the both side door. It has the door from inside and outside. But I don't know if that belongs to township or SPYA. I have no answer for that. So that's my question.
I'll follow up on that one.
All right. So that way, at least if that bathroom belonged to us, then we have one more park which will have a year-round facility, at least one bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Right. April?
So if the park belongs to the township, why don't all the amenities of the park belong to the township? I'm confused with this one. Like, shouldn't the buildings and everything be owned by the township and maybe leased by SBYA or another organization?
Some of those decisions,
I'm
ahead of my learning curve. Again, still only about less than 100 days.
Some food for thought.
I do know there are some agreements and things that are out there. You know, Bryansville Park being one of them. Portion of the property is not owned by the township, but township leases it. So I would have to get back to you on that one as well.
Well, that I knew because the VFW owned it. Yeah.
If we can find out that, then we'll have two parks, and that's good options for the residents to use the 100 or use the Grange Park. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad option if you have, at least if you announce that these two parks during the wintertime have restrooms, that at least alleviates some of it. When you have two,
I would
that's
have to
better
imagine
than
if it's in the building, it's SPYA's.
And the door is from outside. Summertime, I uses that too.
But
From
I'm saying
outside.
If it's still all within that same warehouse, I would have to imagine that's gonna be, it's not like it's a separate building.
No, it's attached to it.
I would have to imagine that's
I have-
theirs, I would think.
I-
could be
I
wrong,
don't.
but
That's what I said. I don't know. So that's what I asked a question for, because I don't know the answer for this.
Yeah, I would think so, because all those different sheds and stuff are, those are all SPYA's. One's a flag football shed.
We can request them to open the door from the outside.
Ryan's gonna
Yeah.
he'll investigate that and
Yeah.
figure out a game plan for that one. All right. Anything else about bathrooms in the wintertime? Next one, when I was at Barktoberfest, dog owner came over to me and wanted to know why there was a lack of tree coverage or shade at the dog park at Grange Park.
So I think it's a location we have to look at based on the area of the park itself. The dog park is near some retention ponding areas, but definitely we can note that on our list as we continue our tree planting plan at Grange Park. Also, you know, things like shade structures and amenities are something we can look at as we evaluate the priorities that are coming forth in the comprehensive park and rec plan that's coming forward.
Aren't there some trees that'll go nicely in like a retention pond now? Like a swamp oak? Because
Yeah.
they like water.
At least they should have like a bench or some area where they can sit with the dog park. There is no area like if you just leave your dog in the park, you have to literally stand there or go to the pavilion, which is probably 800 feet away from that
You
fence.
shouldn't be leaving your dog alone in the park.
Interesting. Okay. Noted. All right. Moving on. Cape Brook Russet Road Playground ribbon cutting.
So recently we installed the bulk of the playground equipment up at the Cape Brook Russet Road Park. Swings, various structure, some boulder amenities for children and families. We're finishing up putting in 2 benches and some treescapes at this time. And the request was asked that if the Park and Rec Board would like to plan and implement a small ribbon cutting ceremony for that facility.
Big scissors.
Bringing it to the board to discuss.
Yeah, definitely. We spend a lot of money out there, so we need to be organized there. We spend like $100,000 more than that on that.
Sounds like it.
So
That's
at
what
least the
we're doing.
board, like
It's
board
all
of
done now.
supervisors, should go there and
Not to mention.
Um,
time
the-
spent talking about it.
The concrete was poured, benches are being installed. We're waiting on one swing that was back ordered that has been shipped, and we're just getting an installation date from the company.
Are we
But-
looking at fall? Are we
I leave it to the board to decide.
My suggestion is let's have one program in that park from the township, and then that day you cut the ribbon, like maybe somewhere in November.
Wait, does the park have a bathroom?
Plan
it
something.
winter?
It has a porta potty.
Porta
I'm
potty,
just
it
kidding.
does.
We need extras. What about doing like a food truck thing?
What about checking with the group of neighbors or people in that development if they would be in favor of some kind of, I don't know.
Maybe
Block
it'd make them
party.
feel special.
Yeah, I'm just like a block, not a, yeah, like a block
There
party
you
or,
go, yeah,
you know,
neighborhood
something.
party.
So if we want to get a food truck there, do we need a permit?
We would invite one.
Including the guy with the yellow school bus?
Not that one. Not that guy.
I would leave it to the board to make a decision on who they would like to invite as part of the event and make sure they have the proper licenses and things like that.
Because I know that neighborhood was like real gung ho about getting a nice playground for them, for the kids and everything there. And I think it would be kind of nice to,
Yeah.
you know, it's finally done and
What do we
everybody
wanna do it in the
celebrate.
fall or the spring, I guess is really the question.
Well, I mean, if it goes too much longer, then it's kind of,
We have to roll the dice to see if it's going to be hot or it's going to be
Yeah.
cold or snowing.
well, I mean, yeah,
Snow would be
It
fun.
might-
You could have a snowman contest.
well, but, or, yeah, well, that's true. Hot chocolate, you know.
Hot
Yeah.
chocolate,
Yeah.
snowman.
Let's put an ice rink in on the pool. No.
Let's not get crazy now.
No, but maybe it would be some a little bit nicer in this like
In the
spring.
spring, give us time to plan it nice, a nice event.
I just
What are your
I
thoughts?
just remember
The
people coming here and
Not feeling loved.
The
no.
piece I would note is that when we gave we had the township budget meetings last week, we did mention as far as Parks and Rec of looking to expand upon current programming and branch out in that programming. So for example, something like a movie in the park or something like that. If the board is willing to do a ribbon cutting and the directions to tie it into an event, we can have those conversations.
I just think that would be really nice.
I think that would be nice.
'Cause that was kind of
Yeah, I second that.
So
I
the-
second nothing. But I second it.
So you guys are thinking nicer event, but in springtime?
Yeah, springtime, it gives time to really plan it
yeah.
instead of just kind of, okay.
Well,
let's
and that
just do
way
it.
everything will be in.
Yeah.
Don't have to rush kind of thing.
And then if you need to do like a little sprucing up with like wood chips or something like that, that could all look pretty before we.
Well, and you said about planting shrubs and stuff. I'm not sure.
They're continuing work on the Cape Brook Rain Garden project as well.
Yeah. So are they thinking of doing that more in the spring too?
Currently being worked on now,
Okay.
blooming and
Yeah,
growth seasons.
right. I mean, you can't really plant a whole lot now,
Yeah.
but anyway,
Hey, Foliage Farm's going out of business to have a sale.
yeah, I know. People are tired.
Okay, so
Get
you
to-
think
So, Seems like we have a good direction from the board, and Emily and I'll regroup and we'll bring it back with a more concrete idea. Thank you.
All right. Courtesy of the floor, no one is here.
Could do little kids races or something.
All right. So is there anything else? All right. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second.
Second by Gwen. All right. Get us out of here.
Nice. That was quick.